What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you have a dog, you probably think you know everything about them. You feed them, you walk them, you play with them. But what if I told you that every single day, your dog is experiencing a world that you can't even imagine? A world filled with invisible colors, silent sounds, and hidden messages that are completely undetectable to you. It's like they're living in a superhero movie, and you're just a regular person who has no idea what's really going on around them. You're looking at a flower, a toy, or even your own clothes, and you see a bunch of colors, right? Well, your dog is seeing something completely different. Not only do they see colors, but they can see a type of light that is literally invisible to the human eye. I'm talking about ultraviolet light or UV light. This is possible because the lens in a human's eye blocks UV light, but a dog's lens doesn't. Your dog could be fascinated by a simple white wall or a piece of paper because it's seeing something incredible that you can't. You know those dog whistles that are completely silent to humans? That's not a magic trick. A healthy young person can hear sounds up to about 20,000 hertz. Well, a dog can hear sounds up to 65,000 hertz. The electronic hum from your TV, the inner workings of your digital alarm clock, or even the ultrasonic pest repellers your neighbors might have are all screaming at your dog. They can hear squirrels chattering warnings to each other from the treetops, sounds that are too high-pitched for our ears to register. Your dog can read your body language, and I don't just mean they know when you're grabbing the leash it's time for a walk. I mean they can pick up on the most subtle, microscopic movements and changes in your posture that you don't even know you're making. They can tell the difference between a genuine smile and a fake one. They can sense your intentions just by the slightest shift in your weight. They see the slight slump in your shoulders, the faster blink rate of your eyes, or the way you're holding tension in your jaw. To put it simply, dogs don't just smell the world, they see the world through their noses. It's their primary sense for interpreting everything around them. Depending on the breed, their sense of smell is 10,000 to 100,000 times more sensitive than ours. The part of their brain devoted to analyzing scent is a staggering 40 times larger than in humans. So when they sniff a spot on the sidewalk, they aren't just smelling pee, they are downloading a massive file of information. This is where their ability for scent time travel truly shines. They can tell which dog was there, its gender, what it ate, and its emotional state. But crucially, they can also tell how long ago it passed by, reading the past in layers of fading scents. For a dog, walking down the street is like scrolling through a social media feed, but with an added time travel dimension. Every tree is a post left by another animal. By catching faint scents on the breeze, they can anticipate who is just around the corner, essentially smelling the future. Your dog might be able to sense the Earth's magnetic field. Yes, the same invisible force that makes a compass point north. For a long time we've known that birds and sea turtles use this sense for navigation during their epic migrations, but scientists are now finding evidence that dogs have this ability too. Researchers spent 2 years observing 70 different dogs from 37 breeds while they did their business. The dogs overwhelmingly preferred to align their bodies along the north-south magnetic axis, but only when the magnetic field was calm and stable. Have you ever noticed your dog acting weird before a big storm? Cowering, panting, or trying to hide somewhere long before you see any lightning or hear any thunder? They can hear the low-frequency rumbles of distant thunder miles and miles away, long before it reaches our ears. Dogs are also incredibly sensitive to changes in barometric pressure. This is the weight of the air, which drops right before a storm rolls in. Right before a thunderstorm, the air becomes charged with ions. A dog, especially one with a long coat, can literally feel the static building up in their fur. Your dog can hear and sense things happening inside your body. I'm talking about your heartbeat and your breathing. Think about when your dog rests its head on your chest or your lap. They're not just getting comfortable, they are tuning into you. They can detect when our heart rate suddenly increases due to fear or excitement. They can sense when our breathing becomes shallow and rapid with anxiety. For medical alert dogs, this ability is life-saving. Some are trained to detect the subtle changes in heart rate and breathing that precede a seizure or a panic attack. Your dog can literally smell your emotions. When your emotional state changes, your body chemistry changes with it. When you feel fear or stress, your body produces adrenaline and cortisol. Your dog can smell these specific chemicals. The same goes for happiness. When you're happy, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, and you guessed it, your dog can smell those too. You can't lie to your dog about how you're feeling. You can put on a brave face, you can smile when you're sad, but you can't change your body chemistry. Do you ever wonder how your dog knows you're coming home, waiting by the door minutes before you even pull into the driveway? To a dog, with its finely tuned ears, the specific engine noise, the rattle of your particular car, is a unique sound signature. They can differentiate between the sound of a stranger's walk and your specific gait, the rhythm and weight of your footsteps. They know you're coming before you even turn onto your street. They've been tracking your approach for the last 5 minutes, just waiting for that key in the lock. Dogs have an extra sense organ that we often forget about: their paws. Through the pads on their feet, dogs can feel tiny vibrations in the ground that our own feet are completely numb to. This ability, called seismic sensitivity, allows them to detect things happening from a great distance. Think about how a dog often lies down with its head on the floor or its paws spread out. They're not just relaxing, they are maximizing their surface area with the ground. They can feel the footsteps of a tiny mouse scurrying under the floorboards or the approach of a larger animal from across a field, just by sensing the faint vibrations traveling through the earth. You go for a walk in the woods and it seems peaceful and quiet, right? Maybe you hear a bird or two. But for your dog, that same walk is a non-stop, chaotic concert of animal sounds. They can hear squirrels chattering warnings to each other from the treetops, sounds that are too high-pitched for our ears to register. They can hear the ultrasonic calls of bats, hunting for insects overhead at dusk. This is why your dog will suddenly stop and stare intently into a bush that looks completely empty to you. They aren't seeing something, they are hearing something. It's like they have a secret audio channel tuned directly to the animal kingdom. Their weather predicting abilities are even more subtle and impressive than just sensing massive storms. It's a symphony of senses at work. They can detect all kinds of minute changes in the atmosphere, sometimes even just a simple shift from sunny to cloudy, long before our own senses or even our weather apps give us a clue. It starts with their incredible nose. Dogs can smell the chemical changes in the air that precede rain. They can detect the sharp, metallic scent of ozone that a distant lightning strike creates, even miles away, or the rich smell of damp earth as humidity rises, signaling that moisture is gathering. But it's not just smell. Their entire bodies are like finely tuned barometers, sensitive to the slightest drop or rise in atmospheric pressure. This change in the air's weight can affect their inner ears. A dog might become more lethargic before a cold front moves in, or more antsy and active before a warm spell. So when your dog suddenly wants to go inside or seems restless for no reason, pay attention. They could be your personal four-legged weather station, giving you a heads up that it's time to grab an umbrella. Trust their instincts, they're rarely wrong about the weather. So, there you have it. 12 absolutely insane abilities that prove your dog is living in a completely different reality than you are. Their world is painted with scents, sounds, and even sights that are completely invisible to us. A constant symphony we can only imagine. The next time you look at your dog, remember they aren't just a pet. They are a finely tuned sensory marvel with actual superpowers. They are our everyday superheroes, hiding in plain sight and protecting us in ways we don't even realize. Every time your dog barks at nothing or stares intently at a blank wall, you now know they could be seeing or hearing something extraordinary. Maybe they're tracking the faint scent of a squirrel from an hour ago or hearing the high-pitched hum of an electronic device you can't. Have you ever seen your dog react to something you couldn't see or hear? I want to know. Let me know your craziest story in the comments below. If this video blew your mind and made you appreciate your dog even more, do me a huge favor and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel right now so you don't miss out on our next video. We'll see you in the next video.